Hi, Gunnar, my friend and fellow trader. It's Will here with FXAce.com. First, welcome to the video. So this week's video is a quick recap of last week's trades, and we're just going to get into that now. It was a good week in the FX market. We did have a stop out on gold, but our FX trades made up for that stop out. Okay, so if you're new to the channel and haven't yet subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button now. You can also join the free Telegram group. If you're watching this on the website, you can just join it here, or you can find the link for the free Telegram group in the description area of this video. So let's get into this week's performance update. Okay, so you can see these are the trades here that we took this week. Last week you got a free trade on British Pound USD. Could have had a little bit more pips if I had it closed after NFP. I chose to close before NFP, and you can see around 230 pips we got. We did get a stop out on gold. Like I said, I was expecting gold maybe get a good sell off around 2000. I was wrong. It rallied up through and we got stopped out. That is the equivalent of an FX Mac or FX Max stop out, which is around 130 pips. Okay, so that's the way we calculate our risk. So you can see the USD CAD was probably the best trade of the week. We got around 120 pips on it. USD Swiss franc, we got 40 pips on it. Like I said, British pound USD, we got 80 pips on it. British pound Aussie, we got around 100 pips on it. Kiwi USD, 50 pips on it. As I said, stop out in gold, and we also got minus 30 pips on the Aussie Kiwi. So let's head over to the charts and have a look at the setups and see how they played out. First one was USD CAD. Okay, pretty simple basic setup. The way I trade, we're at this monthly area here. Okay. Start of the year, the market had started this huge leg up to test these highs here of 2014 and drop back down. So this is obviously in the higher time frame, the first easy target. So we'll zoom in. We zoomed into the weekly and we spotted just a weekly zone here, just above that monthly, which is at 132.5. And you can see more or less got into this trade by a few pips. Yeah, 10 pips we were able to get in by at 132.500. Was a nice setup. Divergence signals. Okay, although we didn't get it actually on the indicator, this is what you call a divergence. Markets going up, or sorry, the indicator's going up, the market is popping back down. And it was a nice trade. See, in the 30-minute charts, we got lots of divergence signals happening coming into this weekly zone. And that's the reason why it rallied. We closed on Friday for a nice 120 pip trade. Next one was the USD Swiss franc. Okay, I was looking to get back into this at 91. Okay, we just zoom out here. If we look at the monthly charts, we are at these lows here. This is like I think it's since 2014. Okay, this was after that huge spike down. The market closed back up within this range in 2014. It's kind of held for a long time now. So I was expecting a bit of reaction. We got with the trade last week. We got also 2 weeks ago. Got some nice pips on it. And this week I was expecting to come back down and test the area that broke this trend. Okay, so you can see that we had this huge leg down on the 4-hour chart. Okay, market is what I was expecting to happen early next week after this initial rally up that broke this trend. The market to come back down and test the area that broke the trend, which was happened, and this was at 91. Okay, it did pop down and create a new low. That again rallied up towards the end of the week, and we got a nice 40 pips on it. So it was a nice setup on the USD Swiss franc. Next one again was British pound USD. If you got last week's email, haven't been able to make videos as of late. Just was traveling around Phuket and had a few connection problems, but now I'm back up in my apartment. and I'm able to make videos again. So as discussed in last week's email when I sent out this free setup, I was expecting the market to come back up to where it actually tested last week, which it won 31,500. Okay, you can see we've got this huge bit of resistance here. This was the start of the leg down in the daily chart from March. We got this huge move down, actually nearly 1,500 pips, or sorry, 15,000 pips, or sorry, 1,500 pips that it dropped down and created that all-time low at 114,300. So this would be a good place to sell, and that's why we sold it. I was expecting you have this huge trend up that was broken last week, sorry, 2 weeks ago. And what I was expecting last week, after this trend was broke, the market to come back up, test the area that broke the trend, and then start moving back down. You can see the market actually started to move sideways here. Inside this weekly area, we are getting divergence signals in the 4-hour charts last week. So this is a really good setup. Again, I probably will like this, maybe pop up a little bit higher and sell again next week. So I'll see when I'm doing my analysis. But that was the basis for that trade. Simple setup. Next trade was British Pound Aussie. Okay, we'll go to the weekly. Again, we had this area here. You can see a nice pin bar at the end of this weekly move down, and then a huge engulfing candle after that pin bar, which is telling us that the market is likely to be starting to move back up to the upside after this huge move down here. We'll zoom in. Last week I was looking for 181,800. Okay, I was just front running this here daily zone here. Okay, you can see that this was this move down here. This was the actual daily area that caused this high here and actually broke this trend here. This area didn't actually break the trend. This one did. So I was expecting the market to come back down and test this area last week, and that's what happened. Okay, 181,800, and I got in here, and the market did rally up nearly 200 pips. Okay, 183,500, then dropped down towards the end of the week on Thursday, which I got out a bit. Could have got out up here, but again, I got out here and got around 100 pips on that. Okay, so it was a setup on that. Aussie. Again, this, if you've watched the video prior to this, this is going to be this week's free setup. Again, I'm liking this at this weekly area here. We're getting divergence signals on this, so that's the reason I took that. Okay, I was thinking the market was going to continue down here. It didn't. It popped up a little bit towards the end of the week. All good. I will re-enter this next week. And again, gold just keeps on going up. So I'm not trading that this week. Okay, so that was the setups for last week. Okay, again, 230 pips. And that's with the stop out in gold. Pretty good. That's 5 or 6 weeks in the trot now that we have been banging out pips from the market. And if you want to access the full service, you can simply head over to the website now by clicking the link below. Hit the get started now button. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. will@fxace.com. As always, have a great weekend, and I shall see you on the next video.